safety. It's either ground station or it's a satellite, depending on which Pi you're running this on. And then the other argument is the other Pi's name, the host name. So whatever that is, Raspberry Pi 3 or Raspberry Pi 4. And it goes through, and it does the self-test. It waits, and then it's going to go and do the whole thing of, it waits for the command from the Pi 3 or the ground station.
Okay.
And then once it gets that command, it sends it to the satellite, and then it starts. Then I run then I go and run the ground station.py, and then it exits out of this. Or if it's a satellite, it runs the Algae cube.py, and then exit out of this. So ground station at the moment, it's just the telemetry, and it just receives telemetry. That's all it does.
Okay.
At the moment.
So are you going to put this ground station into the one I have, or to receive telemetry?
I have to run Isabelle on this ground station.
Because I'm already able to receive the...
Okay, telemetry aside, I don't really care about the telemetry right now. I want the main function to work. Telemetry we can figure out later.
And so it goes in here, and this is on the Algae cube. This is the telemetry on this side. This is what's actually sending it.
Okay.
Blah, blah. This is the main file. It sets up the telemetry, starts it, and then we go into imaging. And imaging phase, it works. I had it work.
Okay.
And then we go to image processing, which is here.
And for image processing, instead of doing for I in range 12, the way I had it as is I just did for I in range exact angles.
Bless you.
Oh, and length of it. Yeah, you're right. That's a little better. It's better practice there.
And then you can just have
one quick thing. It worked. So I did the imaging phase. It went all 360 degrees, and then it detected an HAB in that thing, and then it stopped because I had some actually just bad code.
All right. So you were able to fix that, right?
Yeah, I fixed it. That was just a simple error.
Now what happens?
Right, I should definitely change.
Go back to the main file though. Like what happens next?
Well,
so for I and range, you could just do for I in exact angles, but it doesn't matter. Print the exact angle that it's at.
Image.file.
Oh, angles.
Yeah.
Why is the image.file string current image? What's current image? Okay.
Yeah. So then it does this.
Got you. So image processes. Yeah.
So then image processing, and then that's it. So downlink, I'll just go and.
So how are you saving it as? Is it a list? Is it a dictionary? It's a tuple? After you run image processing, what is it saving the values from image processing as?
Let me see. Let me double check. Image processing, it's saving it into a massive array.
Yeah.
It's into a NumPy array that's by shape 12, comma.
Okay. As long as we have it saved somehow. So what happens when we print it?
What?
What happens when you run it?
I think it works. I haven't tested it yet. I'm gonna try to put the downlink in there real quick now.
All right.
I mean, what I would like is if someone could test the code that I have right now to see if it works for you guys.
Yeah, I can pull and do that.
That's what I would like to do at the moment.
You gotta push it.
Yeah.
No, it's already pushed. That stuff.
The stuff you made, like the edits you made like 2 seconds ago.
Oh, well, this, but let me go push it right now.
So can I just run the Algae file, or do I have to run Algae?
No, you have to do it to startup because startup needs to pass some arguments to Algae Cube.
Okay, so you run startup.
Specifically the ADCS. It needs to have the ADCS.
Everything works from startup?
Yeah, you run both of them through startup with the arguments that I said.
Oh, both of them. Okay.
Yeah. If you look in the chat, those are examples of what I do. You need to change the host name to whatever your host name is. of the other pi.
Oh, I need to have both things open.
Alright, give me a second. I need to go find something to plug the pi 3 into.
I saved into another pi then.
Okay, I'm getting an index error. I'm just gonna put it in this one.
So you're in an error?
Yeah, I'm just gonna put in this one. It's probably honestly something solvable. Okay. So that's one.
So it's gonna send that giant array down.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking because the BT-con class, it has a, what is it? It only has right string or right.
But the problem is the return value from image processing is a string in the file, an image. String image.
What?
So our giant array is going to be 12 sets of number array, number array.
Yeah, it's just gonna be there's 12 rows. Each row is each image, and a bunch of them is just gonna have all their numbers just gonna be none. But yeah, for each image right now, and then you have four columns for the 4 data. Pi 4.
Okay, so I tried pulling on my Pi 3 and it's saying one of the things is corrupt.
Oh.
But what is?
Okay, so I did on both. It's now, it looks like it's searching for each other. Okay, so on the Pi 3, it looks like it accepted a connection and then it wrote an image to self-test.png. That's all good.
Yeah. So on the Pi 3, you're gonna have to say yes.
And then I got too bad, try again. So I'll have to show you that.
Too bad, try again.
Yeah.
That's because you wrote something other than yes.
Oh, okay.
You should just type in the letter Y, then just click enter. I need the other name. Oh, it's called pronunciation.
Is GND station replacing the ground station I have, or what is it doing?
Oh, you already had stuff for the downlink and uplink, didn't you?
Yeah, I ripped the whole thing.
Why am I trying to recreate this? I've just already done it. I'm just copy paste.
Yeah.
Let me just look at it then. Okay, that's how you're gonna push the images to GitHub. I mean, I'm just gonna copy that.
Yeah.
Image check. What is image check?
That's the contingency facing.
Oh, okay, just to check to see if the flag.
Yeah.
And then call that startup.
Yeah. That'd be calling the second file.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just go and use my just do the receiving data and see if that works first. Then I'll go and do the whole GitHub stuff.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, how much time do we have left today?
Oh, we're working on this for the whole day.
Yeah, so you.
Oh yeah, we have all day to work on this. So we can do the flight test later today. Oh, no issues. No problem.
Yeah, I think we have one tomorrow, so.
Yes. I say by tomorrow we need to be ready.
Yeah.
Well, we got a lot of work done. That's good.
So I'm just gonna take a snapshot of what I got after pressing Y and whatnot, and I just need confirmation that it's what it should be.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Within 15 seconds, you should be away from 0 degrees, which is not a problem. It's just.
Okay, so will the outputs of this go directly into AlgaeCube.py? Like, how does this combine with AlgaeCube?
No, you're already running AlgaeCube.py.
Oh.
It automatically does that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Do we have to run it on the Pi 3 first?
I mean, it doesn't particularly matter too much, but yeah, if you can, just run on Pi 3 first. I mean, because it's going to take 5 seconds for the Raspberry Pi 4 to go through setting up the initial angle.
Okay, searching. It says garbage.
You receive server connection. Yeah, let me set up a couple
If you do it
pieces.
fast, it's not going to work, but you don't have to go super slow either.
Oh.
LS. Okay, so you have no such file.
I don't think the image ever sent. Like, it was sending, it was writing it, and then by that time it went to index for it, but it hadn't sent it yet. You know what I mean?
Wait. So you sent it, the wrote string, writing image,
and by the
it
time
received the string, and then it said.
Here, I can just do a live view. Maybe it'll work second. Oh, it's just straight up wrong.
Because you're in the wrong directory, go to, yeah.
Oh, yep, that makes sense.
Go back to LGQ directory.
You made the third algae for no reason whatsoever.
I think it wrote the image. I think that's what the problem was. It didn't write the image.
Okay.
Or no, I'm not sure.
One second. So, we have, as of yesterday, we had all the individual functions, and then last night, everyone worked on integration.
We got it, at least, let's try to make sure it works on everyone right now. For my Pi, it's able to take all the pictures, and then it goes into image processing. I haven't actually tested it again, but it should be working, getting image processing done.
We're just troubleshooting so it works on everyone right now.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Good stuff. All right. Sorry.
We can do the flight test like at 4 o'clock today, right? We don't have to do it this period.
Oh yeah, this is mostly if we don't have these like flight test times set up, people won't test the whole thing together until like the final day.
Okay.
Oh.
It's like 90% to make you all think right now about testing instead of waiting till the end. But you seem like you've got it under control and you're working on full tests. So if you want to test it later this afternoon, we'll be here. That'll be totally fine.
Yeah.
Open from 12 to 12:30. If you want to stay and then you don't have to, you can leave and take a break. and then there will be seminar, and then we'll be back at 1:30.
The error occurred when you tried to receive the image.
No, the error occurred when it tried to access the image. Right? It's saying no such file. That means it's trying to access an image that doesn't exist because the image hasn't sent. So before it's sending, it's taking so long to. I think it's taking a long time to send because it's probably because of my glitching for Wi-Fi or something. It's taking a long time to send, and in the process of it sending, it's trying to access it on this side, and there's nothing to access. So there needs to be a line for it to wait to receive it before you try to access it.
So you're saying they haven't even gotten an image yet?
No, it hasn't gotten an image yet. It's not in the directory. But if I go to CD.
Oh yeah, and looking at the other one on Raspberry Pi 4, it's sending an image, and then I got connection reset by peer.
Exactly.
Okay, connection reset by peer.
It's taking a long time.
Basically, it's caused by the other Pi not communicating with that Pi. So,
because over here.
So there's two things. Either my code is not working, and something changed.
Okay.
It just assumed that it'll send it quick enough to access it.
Yeah, you can probably like time sleep, put that somewhere, and then just wait.
Okay, I realize. Yeah, so let me go ahead and fix that, and then.
So no one else had it right
I haven't even gotten to that point yet.
What the heck?
Okay, so here's where
Okay, I'm having other errors. I just need to.
Okay, so I can delete these.
Yeah, Bluetooth stuff, it's annoying, but the easiest way to fix it is just reboot most of the time.
Okay, so that should not be there.
Oh wait, is this yeah, so Sean, it looks like it's doing good. That's right.
Yeah, but is it going to next orbits?
Okay, the imaging is not orbit dependent. It will continue to image until it has finished.
Okay.
It will continue to image until it has finished.
Yeah, it shouldn't take 4 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it was taking 5 hours the first time I tested it. That was just because I had like the error of degrees of how off it could be by 0.5. I was like,
yeah, I did plus or minus 2.
I mean,
the only reason I.
Let's see. Okay, so I fixed some errors in the image processing file. I'm checking. Okay.
it's because you have a different, your absolute file path is different. Just reclone it. That is the simplest way.
When I go to delete it,
you have to do rm space -r space algae cube, and then you're gonna have to click Y massive amount of times. Like
but even then, it still saves algae.
Okay. What worked for me was I opened up the files in VNC and I just dragged algae cube into wastebasket.
Do that. I might be able to make it relative, but I don't know about that.
Okay, here. Value. Setting an array element with a sequence. The requested array would exceed the maximum number dimension of 1.
Alright. Setting an array element with a sequence that
Okay, so...
exceeded the maximum number of dimension... Okay, why did it work?
Okay, so...
Oh.
Could it be because the image processing returns none if it doesn't none a bunch of times, and then it returns, you know, the
Once
actual
it returns
stuff?
the values is when we're having the error.
Yeah, so that's
I'm
when...
having a different error, but of the same line. First, I actually need to pull in... Did you commit those changes?
Not yet. Give me a second.
So
I'll just
if you can do that
exit
first,
this code, yeah.
then I can get...
Okay, so the trash thing works. Thank you, Isabelle.
I think so? No, there's two separate things, I think. I think one's a team video, which is just our successes and failures.
Yes.
And then the other one is, well, it's just our presentation.
Yeah.
Like a computer?
Videos, where is it? Let's go to an example. Let's edit it. Let's edit and create a slow motion video. Yeah.
Okay.
And it looks like everything's good, but I'm not sure if it, like, ended. Which is the problem.
Okay, I've pushed changes. Let me...
Telemetry or whatever, the imaging feed interrupted. And the imaging process gets
Solon, the reason why it's stuck in the starting orbit is because your magnetometer is not calibrated.
My magnetometer too, though. I calibrated mine.
Did you calibrate it like 20 minutes ago? Because merge conflicts changed everything. The calibration settings was changed.
Okay.
Alright, everyone, so it's time for break. We'll leave the breakout rooms open if you'd like to continue working on them. If not, feel free to.
Yes. Okay, good. Very good. I guess to start us off, maybe the very first thing to do is to ensure that you find yourself wanting to ask me questions. I will present to you a series of different ways of thinking about technology, so hopefully some of those will get you sufficiently excited to ask more and say, well, that's not enough. I want to know even more about it. We'll go with the flow, so please do feel comfortable interrupting. I'll start off then showing you just the size of what 1 nanometer is. You have heard of a meter. It's just about 1 yard, a little bit longer. And 10 meters is about the width of a typical home. So you go 100,000 times smaller, and you get to the scale of a width of a human hair. That's about 100,000 nanometers in width, or 100 microns in width. Go 100,000 times smaller than that, and you get to the width of a carbon nanotube. That is 1 nanometer in width. Today, in the labs at MIT, across the world, we can manage 1 nanometer relatively easily. We can actually make things routinely that are nanometer in size. We have been making things routinely that are nanometer in size for centuries. We just didn't know that. We didn't know that it's those smallest of the features, those smallest of dimensions,